So there's so many payment companies, right?
Really?
That's my perception, but they all do.
How many can you name?
This will unfortunately go beyond the 10 minutes because I will need to think hard to not forget one. No, but there are quite a few, right? There's Ingenico, there's WorldPay, there's Adyen, SafeCharge, of course. Many, many, many. But they're all different. They all do different things, and now it's about SumUp. So tell us, what is SumUp all about?
So we are making card acceptance super easy for small merchants. Actually, the fun thing is in Berlin now, I would think most people know us. So can I just ask the audience with a show of hand, who has ever paid with a SumUp device? Good. Not as good as I thought, but getting better.
Yeah, but I don't think people necessarily, unless they're very interested like you and me, what is actually the name? Because you have iZettle.
Okay, who has ever seen this white card reader to make it easier?
It's never seen.
Why I'm asking is because our vision is to become the first ever global card acceptance brand. Because we believe that by making payments accessible and affordable for small merchants, we can really widen the market to a size where 10% of any population will accept card payments, including your babysitter, your gardener.
I think everyone should have some like this.
That's my thought.
Yeah. Are you the Square of Europe?
I think we are the Square of the world.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about...
We're in 31 countries today.
Yeah, exactly.
And the big American guys, they made it to 4 or 5. We're still being 99.5% in the United States.
So how diversified is your revenue if you look at Europe, America, Asia? Is it like...
We're not in Asia yet, and besides that, it's relatively diversified. It's obviously always related to the size of the market and the economic power of the country, but it's not like we have 1 or 2 big markets. It's pretty much across the different markets.
And when you moved into all these countries, I guess merchant acquisition is a major cost of your business. Did you manage to keep your profitability?
That's indeed so. When we started out in 2012, for a brief moment, we had this thought, we do this big marketing splash, and we just buy the market, and then quickly realized that that's not working. Because payment, especially in the long tail, especially with small merchants, it's very much a trust-based business. So I cannot just quadruple the marketing and then basically say, I don't care about unit economics, let me just buy the market. So we very quickly and early on went into the unit economics direction. And we're very strong that we only acquire merchants on like 12-month payback periods and below.
SumUp was founded when?
2012.
2012, you're like 6 years in now. Can you share some numbers? I think there's a slide here.
They're all on the slide.
Oh, wow.
So
you
31 markets I just mentioned. In terms of people, that's not the number to be proud of. It's 900 plus.
Why are you not proud of that number?
It's, as a tech company, ideally...
To hire 900 people, I just managed to hire 30.
I'm glad I can pay the salaries of 900 people. But honestly, it would be much better if everything was driven by technology and you wouldn't need any people at all.
And what's the split of those many 900 people? What are they doing? How much is customer support, IT, marketing?
It's a big portion IT and product, because we believe very much in investing in R&D in order to just give the merchant the best experience ever. And that's when you ask about small merchants and the long tail, that's how it has to work. In an ideal world, our merchants don't have any human interaction with us. You automatically sign up, buy the reader, it comes in the mail, you just transact, and we never talk to you.
Okay, so it's a bit of everything, basically, the 900.
Indeed.
And what are your plans? Where you want to take the business? You have global ambitions. Your growth currently, is it?
So we grew 80% plus in the last 12 months in terms of revenue, and we aim to do the same in the next 12 months, which obviously with size is becoming more and more difficult, but I think we're on a very good path to double again.
And if you split your growth, like international rollout, new countries versus making more revenues in existing countries, I mean, you also have this growth in Germany, or is it?
We have the same growth in Germany because all the trends play in our favor. If you look at card acceptance rates across the world, they're increasing as everybody wants to pay by card. Obviously, the economy is expanding. The payment market in itself has inherent growth of, I believe, 15% year over year. So it's all across our markets. Actually, the younger markets, obviously, once you have to establish and you're just starting out to be present in Latvia. It takes some time to warm up and show growth there.
And where are the benefits of being so global? Out of the customer perspective, not really, but
It's very much a scale game. Because you make very thin margins on the single merchant, you just have to basically, we look at this like the biggest sea to fish from. So I think in terms of when you look at the global transaction volume, I think we have like 20 trillion of annual volume in the world, and the markets
17 visas.
Yes, and then 17, and then probably in the markets we're in today is probably half of that volume.
Okay, so you just increase the number of countries, and then you have a bigger business. What do you think about all these IPOs and acquisitions happening? There's a lot of movement in the sector right now. I think PayPal bought iZettle, Anil, an old friend of mine, and he sent a funny testimonial. PayPal is about to go public. Don't you think that consolidation is also an option for SumUp?
Yes, but I would see ourselves in the role of the consolidator.
With the help of private equity?
I think that, let's say, if you look at the investor markets today, there's definitely very good interest for what we're doing. So I don't think money is the issue in that
And
market.
you have acquisition targets you like?
We always keep our eyes open.
So is there any regulatory constraints, by the way, for consumers to, you give somebody some help in school, charge $20 for 2 hours, can you?
That's completely fine. We just onboard you like anybody else. It's basically, when you think about payment services, it's similar to opening a bank account, as long as I can KYC you and follow the regulatory.
And how expensive is this device? Do you give them for free?
I would give you one for free, but our merchants usually buy it for 30 euros a piece.
30 euros?
Yes.
That's not a lot, huh?
That's indeed. That's why it's super easy to accept card payments, no fixed fee, no monthly cost. I'm sounding like a commercial here. We need to make this a little bit more interesting.
How much did you pay for how more expensive was the device when you started? It must have come down massively in price, no?
It comes down massively in price, indeed. Because if you think about it, we sell 3,000 devices a day, so every cent we can save makes a big difference, so we keep on optimizing costs there.
And when you look at your merchants, the 850,000, are there lots of taxi drivers there as well?
Yes, it's funny enough that obviously the taxi driver is the easiest use case for people to grasp, but it's less than 10% taxi drivers. It's very much all over the place. Retailers, restaurants, bars, anything mobile, anything seasonal.
So with so many different players, there's Square, iZettle, etc., in the market, do you keep your customer? You have nice retention rates?
If you think about it, 70% of our merchants are actually self-employed. So you run a t-shirt shop, and you're not a payment expert, and you don't care about payment.
Yes.
All it needs to do, it needs to work, and be easy, and de-hassle your life.
And then you stick.
Then you stick with it.
And you stick to it. Well.
When is the last time you changed your phone provider?
3 years ago, because they cheated me on the roaming.
See? And here we are, all transparent and easy.
Wonderful. Marc, thank you so much for this chat.
Thanks
Awesome.
for having me.
Best of luck. How big is your American business?
The United States, I often get asked about that one. We see this more as a training ground. I'd say we're winning a lot of medals in Italy, in France, in Germany, in Brazil. And then we go to the World Championship, and we're still competing and, let's say, working on our muscle every day.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.